those around us who, depending on who they are and how they are, they may do things that will, of course, wound us. Not like God, just humanly speaking. Sometimes it's because they are related, sometimes it's because they're stubborn, sometimes it's because they have their own woundedness. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense. I remember I was once in a place where two friends, one was really disappointed at her friend for not coming over to help. And the one was preparing for an important event and had called her friend. And the friend's um, reason was, I forgot. And, and the one who needed help asked, seriously, you don't take me seriously for you to forget? And the lady, trying to defend herself, told a story that I thought was just weird. And she said, I really didn't want to forget, but I'm the kind that I would forget my own child. And where was I? Gasped in surprise. And the one being told the story was also very surprised. And she asked, what do you mean? And she told the story of a time she went to visit her own mother carrying her own child. And when the child slept and was taken to the bedroom, she just left her mind telling her she probably left her baby at her own home. It was her mother, the grandmother to the child, who remembered there was a sleeping child and asked two people, one to run after the mother and the other one to come slowly, holding the baby. And she told a friend, if I can forget my own child, couldn't I forget you or anyone else? And it actually reminded me of us in Isaiah chapter 49, verses 15 and 16, where we ask, can a mother forget her nursing child? And if she should forget, God will never forget us. And he has engraved us in the palm of his hand. Psalm 27, verse 10 also tells us, if our mother and father should forsake us, God will not. So it doesn't matter who has forgotten you, whether they did it willingly or unwillingly, whether they hurt you on the way out or are still trying to hurt you. God is your protector. God is the one who knows. God is still a good father, whether you have had a very bad father. God is still the one caring and providing for us. So let's not focus on the loved ones or the not so loved ones or the enemies or the ones who cause us pain, whether they've stopped or continuing to. We are engraved in the palm of God's hand. He cares. He holds us, as we said in Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. No one can take us out of his hand. He still knows what he is doing, regardless of what the people in our lives are doing, regardless of whether we've even caused the pain ourselves, because other than God or our loved ones, parents and others, or lack of, some were not even there, so their absence causes us the pain. Even the choices we've made or failed to make that impacted our lives negatively. And sometimes we have a lot of pain and regret. The Lord is still in control of that. So that should not worry us. That should not be used by the enemy. Who gets permission, really? And the Lord may permit it. Remember Job, chapter 1, verse 8, chapter 2, verse 3, where the Lord permitted him to some extent. Luke 22, verses 31 and 32. The enemy was to sift Simon somehow, but he was to endure and strengthen even his brothers. So regardless of whether you're being sifted like wheat, or whether the enemy is trying you left, right, and center, whether the pain is coming through your loved ones, or the Lord has permitted it in one way or another, the Lord is so painful, all that, and even more than I could describe, remain held in his hands. Anyway, you can't avoid it, so let the potter do his work, molding, sustaining, using us as his vessels of honor, He knows what he's doing. It's not just in Jeremiah chapter 18, verses 1 to 6, and especially verses 4, where he asks, can't I do what I want with you as a potter does? Or when we think of the verses in Isaiah chapter 10, verse 15, chapter 29, verse 16, chapter 45, verse 9, and chapter 64, verse 8, where the last one tells us, Lord, you're our potter, we are the clay, you're our father. You know, we still belong to him, and we will forever be. So he's God regardless, and will remain God. So instead of trying so hard to have our way or trying so hard to understand, why don't you just report for duty and see what he does with you? He still knows what you as his vessel can do. And remember, God remains God.